Have you ever imagined the Earth sinking, more specifically in the Arctic region? It's a chilling thought, yet it's a reality we're facing. Our world, as we know it, is transforming at an alarming rate. The Arctic, a once stable and frozen expanse, is sinking faster than we ever anticipated. This isn't just about melting icebergs, it's about the very ground beneath our feet giving way. It's a complex issue with far-reaching implications. To better understand this, we need to dive into the science behind it. The Earth sinking in the Arctic region is a result of a process called post-glacial rebound. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is post-glacial rebound? Well, it's a fascinating concept that takes us back to the last ice age. Imagine a ginormous glacier so heavy that it literally presses down on the Earth's crust, causing it to sink. As the climate starts to warm, the ice melts and the weight lifts. You'd expect the Earth to spring back up like a sponge, right? But here's the catch: this rebound process is incredibly slow, taking thousands of years to fully occur. Now let's fast forward to the present day. Our planet is warming at an unprecedented rate, causing our remaining glaciers to melt rapidly. This sudden removal of weight causes the Earth's crust beneath to rise or rebound. But this isn't a uniform process. The outer edges of the former ice mass rebound faster than the center, causing the Earth's crust to tilt and the sea to rush in, leading to the sinking effect we're witnessing in the Arctic region. But the plot thickens. You see, the melting of the polar ice caps isn't just causing the Earth to sink. The meltwater is flowing into the oceans, contributing to sea level rise. This double whammy of sinking land and rising sea levels is leading to increased coastal erosion and flooding, particularly in northern regions. And here's another twist. As the Earth's crust rebounds, it's not just pushing the sea away, it's also causing the mantle, the layer of the Earth beneath the crust, to flow. This movement of the mantle can potentially trigger earthquakes and volcanic activity. This sinking process is more than just a fascinating geological phenomenon, it has significant global implications. It's a stark reminder of the profound and complex ways in which climate change is reshaping our planet. And it underscores the urgent need for us to understand and address these changes before they escalate beyond our control. A sinking Arctic region doesn't just mean a change in geographical landscapes, it has far-reaching impacts on our global climate system. As the Arctic region sinks, it's like a domino effect on the Earth's climate system. The sinking process contributes to rising sea levels. With the melting Arctic ice, there's more water flowing into our oceans. This excessive volume of water is causing sea levels around the world to rise. It's not just a problem for coastal communities, it's a global issue. Inundation, coastal erosion, and even increased flooding are some of the consequences we're looking at if we fail to address this issue. But the implications don't stop at rising sea levels. As the Arctic ice melts, it's changing the very composition of the Arctic Ocean. The fresh water from the ice is diluting the salty seawater. This change in salinity can disrupt the ocean currents, which play a critical role in regulating our planet's climate. Now let's turn our attention to the wildlife and human populations. The Arctic region is home to a rich diversity of life, from the majestic polar bears to the tiny krill that form the base of the food chain. As the Arctic sinks, these species face the loss of their habitats. Polar bears, for instance, depend on sea ice for hunting. No ice means no food, pushing these magnificent creatures towards extinction. Human populations aren't exempt from these threats either. Indigenous communities in the Arctic have lived in harmony with nature for thousands of years. But with the sinking Earth, their way of life is under threat. Their homes are at risk of flooding, their hunting grounds are disappearing, and the very fabric of their culture is being torn apart. The sinking of the Earth in the Arctic region is a manifestation of the broader impacts of climate change. Our actions today will determine the future of the Arctic, its wildlife, and its people. It's a stark reminder that we are all interconnected in the intricate web of life on Earth. And it's a call to action for all of us to do our part in combating climate change. While the scenario may sound dire, it's important to remember that we have the power to influence the future of our planet. Each one of us holds a piece of the puzzle in our hands. It's a jigsaw of responsibility, and it's high time we started putting it together. Every small step counts in this journey. We can make a difference by reducing our carbon footprint. This means making changes in our daily lives, like choosing public transportation, recycling, or simply turning off lights when we leave a room. On a larger scale, societies can contribute by shifting to renewable energy sources, investing in green technologies, and implementing policies that encourage sustainable practices. But it's not just about what we can do individually. It's also about raising our voices, pushing for change and holding our leaders accountable. Let's remember, we're not just fighting for ourselves, but for future generations. It's up to us to ensure that our Earth doesn't continue to sink. So, to sum up, we've dived deep into the concept of post-glacial rebound, a natural process occurring since the last ice age ended. It's fascinating, isn't it? How the Earth's crust, once burdened by massive glaciers, is slowly rising back into shape, causing what we perceive as sinking in the Arctic region. It's a classic case of cause and effect, a testament to the Earth's dynamic nature. This rebound, however, has implications that reach far beyond the Arctic Circle. As the land rises, the sea levels around it respond, altering global ocean circulation and impacting our climate on a grand scale. It's a domino effect, with each piece intricately connected to the other. The Earth's sinking in the Arctic region isn't an isolated event. It's a piece of a much larger, more complex puzzle. But we're not powerless in the face of these changes. We've also discussed the actions we can take to mitigate the effects of our sinking Earth. By reducing our carbon footprint, advocating for sustainable practices, and supporting scientific research, we can play a part in slowing the rate of climate change and its impact on our planet. We live in a world of constant change, and the Arctic region is a stark reminder of that fact. The Earth may be sinking in the Arctic region, but together, we can rise to the challenge.